Governor Cuomo has approved outdoor dining for a number of regions. First and foremost, the Finger Lakes region is effective tomorrow, June 4th. It also will include state liquor authority regulation changes for those establishments that serve alcohol, that allow them to serve alcohol outside. And what this does for our restaurants is really open up the opportunity for them to create more customers, have an issue of maybe addressing the density concerns of maybe a small restaurant inside. They'll work with their respective towns and governments if there's any permitting that is necessary. But the big thing is that the governor approved that. I just want to say, we have advocated for this. I hear a lot of voices out there. Make no mistake, we advocate every single day for our region, our businesses here. And this has been a big issue for restaurant owners, large and small. And I knew the governor, not only listened, I knew where he was going with this in this direction, and he was working toward it. There's been some people saying they should do it ahead of time. My concerns about a week ago were don't get out in front of him. He listened, he made it happen, and today with the regulations coming out, it's effective tomorrow. So we could not be happier, and we fully understand the impact that restaurants have really endured throughout the pandemic. It's been 3 long months. They have to ramp up fairly quickly, but I just would say a great day to have this announcement come today. We are grateful to Governor Cuomo for making that decision and issuing all the guidelines with it within the last hour. And again, we appreciate the patience of our restaurant owners, our patrons. As you can only imagine, in upstate New York, our outdoor eating season is not especially long. So now being in the beginning of June, great time to start it off, but little by little, we are taking big steps to get out of this pandemic and get back to a normal life. And I just would urge people, follow the guidelines. We don't want infections to go up. We don't want to increase the spread. Our numbers right now in this region are looking great. We are really following the steps that are taken with few exceptions, and we appreciate everybody's support of that. We don't want to see this get reversed. So again, today is one more step along the way. I want to point out we're in phase 2. Phase 3 won't happen officially to almost June 12th or after. But I want to applaud the governor for before phase 3, which when restaurants would probably be the next ones up to open, he made this decision today, recognizing the stress that restaurant owners are under, recognizing the economic impact that they've really endured. So I just appreciate his leadership in doing this, appreciate the timing, appreciate the work of his staff, which we've communicated with tremendously throughout the last 3 months, but consistently on this issue. And again, today is a very good day. So I'll stop there and take questions.
If you have a question, please let me know in the chat. We've got about 10 minutes left with Bob. Bob, can you tell us about some of the guidelines that are going to be in place for restaurants to start opening outdoors?
This came out, we'll make them available to you. I mean, for masks and social distancing are key. Obviously, you have to move your mask to put food in your mouth, but the words, how they should go, how they should be set up, outdoor bar areas, how they should be established. So I always look at the same principles of face coverings when you can't keep a 6-foot distance, social distancing, the hand cleaning and sanitizing, and disinfecting surfaces. Those are the 4 key components of everything. The regulations are probably 2 or 3 pages long. I've not had a chance to read all of them. I will once I get a chance to, but they're online right now. We can make sure everybody to call has that via email in the next few minutes.
All right, we have Randy Gordman with a question.
Yeah, hi, Bob. Just a 2-part question. First of all, the situation in Greece, I know you said earlier you'd had a good discussion with Bill Reilly, and I talked to him the other day, and I think he basically told the folks he had initially talked to kind of back off. But now, are you going to be talking with Reilly at all, or telling these folks that, now they can go ahead with those plans for the outdoor seating there?
Well, actually, I had a great call with Bill Reilly last week. I saw a statement issued, called him right away. I've known Bill for 20 years. We're on social media already. Bill sent some suggestions forward. He is free and clear right now. I think he probably has the news by now already. But to go ahead and start the process. And my concern when he came out earlier was just don't get in front of the process because first of all, there was an executive order prohibiting that before this. And number 2, the SLA, the State Liquor Authority regulations. So both have been addressed. It's free and clear right now. It's really up to the restaurant owners working with their respective towns and governments, any other issues local government would have. But the governor cleared the way today in a tremendous way with the liquor authority adjustments and easing the executive order to allow this to happen effective tomorrow.
Have you had a lot of demand among local restaurants, Bob?
Oh, my. And we advocate every day. I start off every morning with clearly over 100 emails, phone calls, Zoom meetings. we understand their frustration, their pain. People I know who own restaurants, people I have actually been customers at their restaurants, they have been really pushed to the limit financially. So this is just a welcome relief. That you can't make up what you lost for 3 months right away, but we hope over time they will. I would just urge people, as best you can, patronize these restaurants, help them get back on their feet, spend money. They've been really going without revenue for almost 3 months, aside from takeouts. Now is the time to get behind them and help them.
Thank you.
Only got about 7 minutes left and a few questions lined up. Andrew Freeman is next.
Hi, Bob. Thanks for speaking with us this afternoon. My question also kind of has two parts to it. Restaurants come in all different kinds of sizes. Outdoor seating, it might be 1 or 3 seats or 10, 15. Is it going to be feasible for those restaurants with like 1 or 2 to remain open? Will they be able to, on takeout, sit somebody outside? And then for the bigger ones, are they going to have to space those tables out more and that kind of thing if they're going to want to be going outside?
Yeah, the guidelines are clear. If you go to a place for a hot dog or hamburger, you can go outside and eat now, where that was not allowed before at a table. The restaurants will have to move the tables, again, 6 feet or so apart, space them out. And whether it's a small area or a large area, maybe part of a parking lot, I will leave it to the restaurant owners and the respective government officials in the towns and villages and city to make those decisions. But the governor gave a green light today. However you want to do it outside, follow the guidelines that are established. But tomorrow you can have at it and start.
Jennifer Lukie is next.
Hey, Bob. I'm just wondering, capacity-wise. So I know Bill's idea was to get the takeout and then go outside. I haven't seen in the guidelines. Is that still how it has to happen, or can there be table-side service outside?
Well, I got the sense it's eating out, outdoor dining. So table-side service, actually outdoor bar service. So it's really opening up outdoors. It reduces density. Certainly, I think it's a healthier situation. I've not had a chance to read everything. They just came out within the last hour. We've been on meetings all day, but I'll go through the guidelines, and it's the governor's way of getting this going before phase 3. I don't think indoor dining has been addressed yet. I'll have to check those, but outdoor, and may be problematic. Some restaurants may have very little space outside, but I would hope that towns, villages, City Hall, which is working on this already as well, will be helpful, supportive, and find ways to make this happen and allow them to start having some tables outside. Again, the State Liquor Authority can serve alcohol outside as well. Just trying to configure how it should look and keeping those spacing guidelines intact and make it happen.
We've seen now with dentist's office and outdoor dining sort of a jump ahead of what phase they might have been in otherwise. Do you expect more?
I always say that the governor has said very clearly.
Sorry.
I got your question. The governor has said clearly there'll be at least, keywords at least, 2 weeks between phases, but he has a prerogative to make these decisions. And based on our numbers, and the Finger Lakes region should be very proud, we followed the guidelines, pretty much all of us, with few exceptions. We are getting there. Our numbers look very good. So this is a product of just following the process and being safe and being smart. So I think those things will happen even in between phases. A lot of things we are providing. We advocate every single day for businesses, not-for-profits, activities here. We understand what's going on, the frustration people feel. And the governor's team works 24/7 on this. They are inundated. They have been terrific. A lot of feedback back and forth. I never get in front of the governor. He'll make decisions when he is ready. But I knew this one was coming, and I could not be happier today.
Jack Watson has our final question with about 3 minutes to go.
Hey, Bob. Thanks for taking our question today. My question to you is, some of the restaurants, we've been talking about capacity a whole lot here. Some of the restaurants might not be able to expand outside. They might be in like a plaza or something like that. And they might really only be able to seat customers inside. What would your message to those restaurants be ahead of a potential phase 3 reopening in about 10 days here?
Well, I have to see the guidelines. And I'm assuming indoor dining has not been approved yet, so you can plan for that, hopefully in phase 3, but I'm not sure. I can't say with certainty that it will be something in phase 3 yet until it's approved. But whatever the opportunities are outside, and there are places that have very little space outside in small plazas and strip malls and things like that. Others have much more space. So it's not equal among everybody, but do what you can with what you have right now and get started. And I think we're on the right track right now. This is going to get better and better as we go along. So it's probably not equal for everybody. One restaurant may have a huge parking lot or space. One may have one for 2 or 3 tables. Maybe there's some sidewalk restrictions or regulations that can be looked at. I know the mayor and deputy mayor in the city are looking at this very heavily. I think they're almost ready to go. They're willing to do a lot of things to be creative and make it happen. So the green light is here, and I would say let's get creative, but let's support those restaurants any way we can make it happen to give them the ability to get as many customers as they can safely within the guidelines. Do it.